Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream. I'm going to do your October the 9th spiritual principle day in a meditation. Hope you're doing well this morning. Let's go ahead and get into that meditation. Got caught in the rain last week. And yeah, so I got a little bit of a cold. So if I sound different, that's why, okay? The title of the meditation for today, Staying Open-Minded to New Ideals. Being open-minded allows us to hear something that might save our lives. It allows us to listen to opposing points of view and come to conclusions of our own. That's from the basic text, chapter 9, just for today, living the program. There are a lot of opinions in NA about NA, and yet there are few beliefs about recovery in Narcotics Anonymous that are universally held by all of us. Certainly, we are abstinence in abstinence-based program, and the NA basics are made clear in our literature. Meeting, steps, sponsorship, service, and a relationship with a higher power. Our primary purpose of carrying the message to other addicts is also plainly stated. In addition to our steps, we have the traditions and concepts to assist us in meeting that purpose. While Narcotics Anonymous basics, or rather, while NA's basics are explicit, how we apply them is not. As newcomers, we are told to listen as if our lives depended on it, because they do. It is through practicing open-mindedness that we can find our personal journey in recovery using the basics in the ways that work best for us. When we're new, we have no idea how to work a program of recovery, though sometimes we think we do and have no problem saying so. Mostly, we rely on sponsors and others more experienced, and other more experienced members to show us how they do it. This is where some members, very passionate and sometimes opposing views arise. For example, how many meetings we should be attending, how to work step 10, or how long to hang on to a service position. But there's no exact blueprint for working a program of recovery, no model of the recovering addict. All we know is what has worked for us. The longer we stay, the more difficult it can become to stay open-minded, curious, and flexible. True, we find things that work for us and keep doing them. But we need to be mindful of becoming rigid in the face of our evolving lives. A new job or relationship or a sudden hardship might merit a different approach from what we're used to. We may find ourselves, just as we did in early recovery, asserting what we think we know instead of listening and being open to others' perspectives and input. Wherever we are in our recovery, our open-mindedness doesn't mean that we have to change our views or our actions, but it means we are listening and exploring different options. When I find myself reluctant to hear others' ideals, I'll take note of what's getting in the way. Then I'll listen with an open mind and draw my own conclusions. Let's take a moment of silence, followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. Staying open-minded to new ideals, the ideals of others, being willing to hear others without having to become enmeshed with their views is a process of recovery, a gift of recovery. A lot of wonderful things have happened in my life as a result of being open-minded, being willing to listen to other people, to take that information, sort it out within myself as to how I feel about it, and oftentimes tweaking my own understanding to incorporate what I've just heard or what I've just researched or what I've just learned. It's like being in the school of recovery. My teacher may teach me, in other words, my sponsor, 90 and 90 equals a good foundation. Someone else's teacher may say 90 and 90 is good, but you don't have a job. You don't have children, nor a husband. 90 and 90 of service work is good. Showing up at the meeting with an intention to do something to make the meeting ready or better, service work. But 90 and 90 on top of that, of just sitting and listening and sharing when you feel the need to share for 5 minutes or less, is even better. So I want to see you do 180 and 180. Okay, that's not what I would say, but I've heard it said before. And most certainly, people that believe that's the way that you should get a good start. I don't know any of them that, well, I know one that is still, not here still, but the other ones that come from that particular sponsorship group, they're all still here. Isn't that something? So we can be open-minded because there are some explicit things about the NA basics. But we are not robots. You're not a robot. I'm not a robot. So we're open to adjusting things for how they fit into our life, just as anyone else is. And it's really quite beautiful to not be reluctant to hearing what others have to say, but taking a note of what they're saying, listen with an open mind, and draw your own conclusion. So much freedom here. I love this place. My name is Mighty Stream. I hope that you will have a beautiful day on purpose.